building. Mountain building. There have been terms used for this. Terms like orogenesis and orogeny. Orogenesis and orogeny. This is what we are going to talk about to begin with. What is orogenesis? What is orogeny? This is the first thing, first idea which I want to share with you. The types of mountains, we have already done that. Get that? So in our earth movements discussion, earth movements or forces, we had talked about epirogenetic forces and orogenetic forces. Do you remember that? Epirogenetic and orogenetic forces. If I'm just doing a recap of that. I said epirogenetic are radial forces. They are radial forces. They're coming upward. They were also called as continent building forces. Yes or no? And orogenetic forces were the horizontal forces. Horizontal forces. So this we have already talked about. So I want to take a leaf from there itself. Okay. So some definitions which will help us. So there is this scholar G.K. Gilbert. G.K. Gilbert, some dictionary work which I am doing. He coined the terms. Epirogeny, and orogeny. Both the terms were coined by G.K. Gilbert. Big name in the study of geomorphology, the contribution of geomorphologists. That's what we are talking about. Yes. As per Gilbert, mountain building process is orogeny. As per him, mountain building process is orogeny, and continent formation process, is epirogeny. So the two words which are coming, epirogeny and orogeny, if we are looking at the origin, this happened in late 19th century, 1890s we are talking about. Tab tak was there any idea of plate tectonics? No, there was no idea of plate tectonics. So these are the things which we are talking about, what has happened in the evolution of geomorphology, the theory of geomorphology, that where were these first time used. Is everyone okay? Another thing that happened during this time was that 1889, या यहीं पर लिख दूं, बॉक्स आइटम में लिखता हूं. Let me write as a box item here. '89. You've heard of the name, the person. His name is Dutton. Dutton gave the term isostasy. 1889, and in 1859 we have James Hall. Okay, these are geologists, and he talks about geosyncline. I'm talking about that phase. Now, why did I mention them? These are all old ideas. This idea of geosyncline, idea discarded now. discarded now. It doesn't, ये आइडिया जब आया आया, that is gone. Dutton का isostasy still remains. Dutton's isostasy idea still remains. We've already talked about this. Regarding Gilbert's idea that orogeny means mountain building, modern geologists do not call it orogeny. Modern geologists have a different meaning for orogeny. So that's what we are talking about. So, these are all old people, these are geologists at work. This is the history of geology, that when these early ideas were coined. So, where did these ideas come? That is there. Now, if I am to define, if I am to define them, if I have to define these terms, so orogenesis, a term that came in middle and later 19th century, middle and later 19th century, refers to the process of mountain building. So that's what orogenesis refers to. It is the process of mountain building. But orogeny refers to an episode of tectonic mountain building. So what is the difference? Orogeny is an event. Orogenesis is a big process. Is everyone okay? Everyone clear with that? So पहला तो हमने ये किया. These two things, what is orogenesis, what is orogeny, where did the idea originate, who were the people who have talked about this, that part also I have put over here. Is everyone with me on this? Now I want to take it to views on orogenesis. These views can be classified into some theories or some views, hypothesis. That is what we are talking about. Yes? We can call these views, some of them, as the pre-scientific era views. Okay. Hypothesis and theory. So when science was not developed, whatever people thought that how mountains are created, तो ये प्री साइंटिफिक एरा है, तब साइंस इतना ज़्यादा डेवलप नहीं है, तो कैसे होगा? दे डिड नॉट नो मच अबाउट what are mountains, how are they created, and it was a puzzle. Post scientific, yes, people had started knowing something about the earth, its formation, its dynamism, what it is. So that's what we are talking about. So you tell me, think about people in India. Think about people in India in ancient times, medieval times. What did they think about mountains? Mountains कैसे बनते हैं? What stories you have heard about mountains? तो बहुत ज़्यादा तो साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी ऐसी चल नहीं रही थी. They were mostly mythological stories. Yes or no? So Lord Hanuman went to Himalayas to get Sanjeevani Booty, and Hanumanji did not know where the Sanjeevani Booty is. So what did he do? He get the entire mountain, brought it to Sri Lanka. Yes or no? So ऐसा हो सकता है. How many of you have heard of that Govardhan Parvat? Govardhan Parvat, where like huge rain was coming, and Lord Krishna lifted up that mountain. ऐसे उठा लिया था to save everyone from that rain. The entire Yaduvansh was saved. ऐसा और क्या आपने सुना है? आपने समुद्र मंथन भी सुना है? Yes. The churning of the ocean also they required a mountain. उसमें भी किया. तो कुछ इस तरह की चीज़ें. माउंटेन कैसे बनते हैं ये हमने यही सुना है कि इन दोज माइथोलॉजिकल स्टोरीज दोज माउंटेन्स आर देयर. इन फैक्ट आई एम टोल्ड देयर इज दिस अमेजिंग आई थिंक नेशनल पार्क है इन मेघालय. दिस इज कॉल्ड द बालपक्रम नेशनल पार्क. बालपक्रम चेक करिएगा. इट इज़ नोन टू हैव सम mystical theories and stories, and ancient souls are living over there, and there is a huge depression over there, and it is believed that Lord Hanuman, when he picked up that Sanjeevani booty, उसके पीछे का डिप्रेशन वहाँ रह गया. सर अगस्त ऋषि हैं, अरावली पर्वत हैं, तो ये सारी चीज़ें. सर they may thought that Lord Shiva lived in Kailash, made that mountain. बिल्कुल. तो ये सारी चीज़ें हैं, we have heard about that. तो अगर हमारे पास होंगी तो बाकियों में भी होंगी. बाकियों में भी होंगी कि नहीं होंगी? But then scientific development, the modern science had not developed by that time. Modern science not developed. And then you are looking at strange things. आपको ये भी दिखाई दे रहा है कि mountains हैं क्या? The challenge is that you have to explain so many things. They are long, linear. They are made up of sediments. They have igneous also, metamorphic also. They are folded also. So ये कुछ चीजें वो observe कर रहे हैं. Some things they are observing, but they really did not know how to explain that. सर जी हिमाचल पर रखा था हनुमान जी ने called जाखू मंदिर. Perfectly okay. So all those things are there. Now let us come out of that. Mythology को बाहर आते हैं. But even when science is there, the modern science was missing. So the people who were academic people, geologists जो उस टाइम के थे, उनको ये सब एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं? ये बताइए कि अर्थ पे माउंटेन चेन्स हैं, व्हाई दे आर लीनियर, व्हाई दे आर लॉन्ग, व्हाई दे हैव पैरेलल रेंजेस, व्हाई दे आर सेडिमेंट्री, हाउ कम दे आर मेड अप ऑफ सेडिमेंट्स, एंड व्हाई दे आर फोल्डेड. व्हेन यू गो एंड सी द रॉक्स आर फोल्डेड. सो ये सारी चीजें एक्सप्लेन करनी थी. सो दे केम अप with an amazing set of theory. This is called the contractionist theory. By Varisian in late 19th century or 19th century, and developed by, और उसके बारे में और भी बात कर देंगे. पहले